Lou here. Last night before I passed out in bed, I noticed Funimation was trending on Twitter, and I know a lot of people are saying big yikes, but there's a lot of misconceptions with this controversy, if you can even call it that because it's so dumb. So I'm gonna explain it and let y'all know that y'all need to chill. So roll the intro and let's get started. So some bloopers from Funimation got leaked to the public, and they're under huge fire right now for it because apparently the voice actor said some inappropriate things in them. First of all, I heard them myself. I heard all the jokes, and honestly, I found them to be pretty funny, with some of them being jokes my friends make with me when we play games together. Though I 100% agree that Goku's voice actor should not have said the F word. No, not fuck, by the way. I personally don't think slurs should be tolerated or allowed anywhere, so Funimation is wrong for allowing that to happen, but we also kinda don't know if he got in trouble for that, but let's just assume he didn't. And if he didn't, then Funimation definitely should get in trouble right now for that. Second, these recordings were never used and are 16 years old. At least over 16 years old, by the way. I'm not familiar with Dragon Ball's story all the way, so I don't know how old certain storylines are, but from the bloopers, according to Dragon Ball fans, the storyline these bloopers came from is from the 90s or 2003. Judging by the audio quality of the bloopers, I can tell you right away it's from the 90s or early 2000s. Since half my job here on YouTube is working with audio, I know what's old audio and what's newer audio, judging by the quality of the professional microphone. And yeah, they were never used, so I don't understand why people are acting like they were put in when they weren't. Now, people are saying it's wrong because Dragon Ball was originally meant for children in America, therefore the bloopers shouldn't have been so sexual, but these are grown-ass adults recording, so if I was recording for The Lion Guard, a show meant for kindergartners, I'm suddenly not allowed to say fuck in a blooper, even though it's never gonna see the light of day? I'm sorry, that's just really stupid to say. These recordings were leaked online by someone who basically wanted to see Funimation burn for the fun of it, or maybe they thought they were funny. Who knows? They weren't even on any DVDs for Dragon Ball, and even then, Funimation dubs are no stranger to sexual humor. Look no further than the official bloopers for Black Butler Season 2, as it was a feature that came with Season 2's DVD release.
How can I ever thank you, Xiao?
Thank me? Well, you could start with a job for one.
A dirty limerick. There once was a woman from Q who filled her vagina with glue. She said with a grin, if they pay to get in, they'll pay to get out of it too.
Now, people are saying they're upset because Vic Mignogna was fired from Funimation for inappropriate comments towards women working at Funimation, along with very severe allegations of sexual harassment from other voice actors. Now, people can argue whether these statements are true or not, or if Funimation reacted too quickly. Me personally, I've heard for years, especially from cosplayers, that Vic is not exactly a good person. There was one story I heard before all this even happened where Vic picked up an underage Edward Elric cosplayer, twirled her around, and kissed her on the cheek. Another story was there was a group of cosplayers meeting him, and the boy cosplayer was trying to say he was a huge fan of his work, only to be ignored as he was getting really touchy with all the Tamaki and Edward Elric female cosplayers. These stories are pretty old too, the oldest one being from 2010 and the latest being from 2015. There's other stories too that I know of, but that's not what this video is about. Just know that even if Vic didn't do what he's accused of right now in this moment, he's still a creepy person. Anyway, so making comments about how you want to sleep with your female coworker who is not interested in you is completely fucking different than joking about Yamcha and Mr. Popo being lovers. That's like your favorite Hollywood actor getting fired for punching the coffee guy in the face, and then the company that fired him has a leak of some smaller actors from the same film playing some fight scenes with some action figures. Is that the same thing? No, it's not. Am I a hardcore Funimation fangirl, and that's why I'm being so defensive over them? No, not really. Sometimes I don't even pay attention to the beginning logos for a dub I'm watching to notice that it's dubbed by Funimation. I only really notice when I'm doing research for a review. And not all their dubs are that great either. Danganronpa, Attack on Titan, Free, and Dragon Maid are all pretty mediocre or just terrible dubs. Dragon Maid and Free in particular being kind of fucking awful with how much they changed between the dub and the original version. But Yuri on Ice, Hetalia, Panty and Stocking, Ouran Host Club, Fruits Basket, Full Metal Alchemist, and even most of Black Butler are all dubbed fantastically. When they get a dub right, sometimes it's honestly enough to surpass the original, especially Ouran Host Club, because don't lie to me and tell me you don't know the English lyrics to Kiss Kiss Fall in Love. Speaking of dark humor, yeah, okay, maybe some jokes were a little dark in the bloopers, but how come you guys are okay with Hetalia and Ghost Stories, which has humor pretty close to these recordings that were never supposed to see the light of day in the first place? What about one of my favorite YouTubers, Brandon Rogers, who makes some of the funniest videos I've seen on YouTube in years? Are we gonna cancel him now because of his dark humor? Humor is humor, guys. Humor is not always a reflection of a person. As an example, I make self-deprecating jokes all the time at myself. I always say I drink dumb bitch juice, I'm a curious dumbass, and a lot more. Does that mean I think I'm the stupidest human being known to man? Of course not. Do I have a major ego and think I'm a super genius? No, not that too. I think I'm average, but those jokes I do them because they're fucking hilarious. Though to go against Funimation, it is very strange of them to keep their recordings in general, especially the ones with Goku's voice actor saying slurs. It does say in Funimation's terms of service that slurs are not allowed, so yeah, that is hypocritical of them to allow Goku's voice actor to say those slurs with what I assume to be a slap on the wrist with their terms of service violation, since they do say that their terms of service violations result in termination, aka you get fired. And to my knowledge, Goku's voice actor has not been fired. Do I think these voice actors should be canceled too? I honestly don't know, as I've never heard anything about them other than they were nice at autograph signings. So I legitimately don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I'm just not knowledgeable enough on them to really say if they should be canceled for some dark jokes. Either way, I personally think this drama is ridiculous. The fact that people are letting cancel culture get so far as to cancel an entire company for recordings from 16 to 20 years ago is absolutely ridiculous to me. Yeah, slurs should never be said, but other than the slurs, I personally can't find an issue with any of this. I don't know, maybe I'm just nuts, or my sense of humor is controversial too? Either way, let me know down below what you guys think. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And if any old or new subs would like to help support the channel in any way, then feel free to visit my Ko-fi page down below in the description, along with my social media tabs. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas or maybe want to talk about anime or something, then I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!